part of this program for many, many years. Because of COVID, some of the members aren't here tonight, but regardless of that, we still want to say thank you to the entire choir and their director, Ms. Matilda Martin, for being a part of the foundation of this program for so many years. Thank you very much. We just received word that the LCG link to watch tonight's program is actually not working, so if you know of anyone who's trying to watch through that link, let them know they will have to go through the YouTube link instead. Shameless plug here, Mr. Chairman. You can find that link at ktc.com. We would now like to invite members of the new Epsilon chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated to make a special presentation. Their president is Ms. Gracie Prince. They are presenting to our guest speaker and their soror this evening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gracie Prince, and I am the president of New Epsilon Zeta Chapter
Đây là ngày lễ. Hôm nay lễ ở Mỹ, người đó tên là Martin Luther King.
Who is the first vice president of our chapter. On behalf of the members of New Epsilon Zeta Chapter, along with our undergraduate chapter on the campus of the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, Omega Eta, as well as our brothers of Phi Beta.
Hôm nay là ngày lễ về người Hùng. Martin Luther King là người đại diện vào thập niên 60-70 để đứng lên biểu tình lấy lời nhân quyền. Để lấy lời nhân quyền cho tất cả mọi người. Nhất là về thời đó là vào lúc kỳ thị chủng tộc nhiều nhất, vào thập niên 50, 60, 70. Kỳ thị chủng tộc là dữ tợn luôn. Vào thời đó và nhiều năm trước, nhiều thập niên trước nữa là về nô lệ đó, thì ông ta đã đứng lên đã chống đối lại và kêu gọi dân chúng.
Fraternities and sororities, I would have missed that. Our brothers, so Ms. Gracie, thank you for handling that on our behalf. I too want to thank you for your attendance tonight. And due to the rise of this last year,
hôm nay ngày lễ của Mỹ.
Last year we canceled all of our activities, and this year we scaled back to keep the safety of our citizens at the forefront of everything that we're doing, programming, activities, and we appreciate the adherence to all the rules and regulations that we posted to make sure that those who attend remain safe. I want to express our gratitude from our committee to everyone who continues to volunteer during these difficult times in our community and in this country. At a time of racial division, gridlock, this national holiday is a special occasion, one in which we hit the reset button and we look at what today is all about. It's about an opportunity for this country to recognize the drum major, the person who spoke of peace when no one else
ngày lễ tưởng niệm của ông Martin Luther King là người tấm hình ở trên đó, là người đứng đầu về biểu tình vào thập niên 60, 70 giành lợi nhân quyền.
What an accomplishment for such a great man. Just 1 year ago, we witnessed the insurrection in our nation's capital. And who would have thought that after all these years, such an event would happen in these United States of America? We continue to see this partisan gridlock that has delayed the passage, this weekend at least, of the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. You know, after his death, everyone grabbed a microphone and said, we're going to get this done, we're going to do it. And now we have people on both sides of the aisle who have found every reason to not do it. So when we talk about it's illegal to give someone who has stood in line for 5 hours a bottle of water and would eliminate their opportunity to vote, you tell me, why do we still have this holiday? We were presented right here in this community with a video. We heard the language that was used in the residence of a sitting elected judge. You ask me why we have to continue to celebrate this holiday? We witnessed the determination of groups in our community who continue to step forward. Ms. Malgrove named several groups and organizations that we challenge you today to join, to be about progress. One of them, under the presidency of Mr. Fred Frazier, moved the Mindset Group. I'd ask you to join me in a round of applause because while we've had some setbacks, we've had a great year. The Mouton statue is gone. So Mr. Frazier, to you and the organization, we say thank you.
Không nói chuyện được vì ở đây ta đang làm lễ. Đây sự tôn trọng cho nên mình chỉ im lặng.
He said during the civil rights movement there was intense and costly struggle that made great strides in our society towards justice for all. We are fortunate to have an organization here in Lafayette that has continued the effort to create change that promotes inclusion, equity, and racial justice for every citizen of our community. Move the Mindset is the Lafayette grassroots organization that is known for its historic success in leading the effort to remove the Alfred Mouton Confederate Jim Crow statute off of public land and out of our city. This was a monumental achievement that will remain a living memory throughout history.
Ông Martin Luther King này đó, đây lặp lại là người đã đứng ra để kêu gọi nhân quyền, để lấy lại nhân quyền của cá nhân cho hết tất cả mọi người, không riêng về sắc tộc của người da đen mà hết tất cả dân chúng cho tới hiện tại cái ngày hôm nay. Vì nhiều hội đã ra được nhiều hội giúp những người nghèo khổ, những người kể cả chủng tộc, những sắc dân tộc khác nhau. Ở nước Mỹ này hiện có khoảng 210 sắc tộc khác nhau sống trong nước Mỹ này. Cho nên những ngày lễ này rất là quan trọng đối với những người da đen để nối tiếp theo gót chân cổng đã 36 năm rồi. Những ngày lễ này rất là nhiều người, thế giới này rất là tôn trọng lắm. Trở thành một lễ sau này được ông trở thành một cái lễ lớn, một ngày nghỉ của nước Mỹ toàn quốc luôn. The holiday gives us an opportunity to create solutions to social problems. While we witness the increase of crime and violence, the solutions only come when there's a collaboration
of the community and law enforcement. The holiday allows us to identify and empower community leaders to lead and serve. One such that I have chosen tonight is Ms. Mandy Mitchell, who's sitting up front, the newest Executive Director and President of the Lafayette Economic Development Authority. Thank you, Mandy, for your leadership.
Trong ngày lễ hôm nay có nhiều người các chức quyền ở trong cái vùng Lafayette này tới để dự hội ngày hôm nay. Trưởng ty cảnh sát, rồi tới cho tới thị trưởng, tới rất là nhiều những người ngồi nhàn giấy đồng.
Individual residences, communities, our state, and our country. Okay, we are so blessed to have an outstanding keynote speaker tonight. So let me wind down my comments because you didn't come here to hear me. You came here to hear you, Justice. So I want to express my sincere appreciation to Justice Johnson for her career of service, true service. We are truly blessed that you accepted our invitation to be with us and observe our 36th observance of the King holiday here in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Đây có nhiều cũng
Justice Johnson, Mr. Jared Frazier will formally introduce you shortly.
có nhiều đài truyền hình tới đây để phỏng vấn, để lên phim, rất là nhiều đài. Rất nhiều đài TV ở trong vùng lân cận này.
I would like to take a moment of personal privilege and thank my wife, Carlos, who's sitting around the parades, for her support. She thank you to my daughters Haley and Whitney for their support, for allowing me to continue to serve and to lead. I hear it every night about, I thought you were retired, you were going to slow down, and you were going to be home early. So I just want to Kenneth's not here, so I got to get this off, my chest and tell you, I hear it, but I want to thank her publicly for her unconditional support and love for everything that I'm a part of. I also want to ask you to turn to the inside cover of your program real quick, and we have committee members listed on there, and I'll ask you to again, give these members of our committee a round of applause for their efforts and their work. Those are the members of the committee.
Cảm ơn nhiều. Về Lộc không thể nói chuyện lớn được, không thể nói chuyện được tại vì sự tôn trọng ở trong hội trường này. But we usually have an opportunity to go back and forth for a minute, but I'll have the final say tonight, brother. I would also ask that you return to the back cover of the program, where we have listed our platinum sponsors. We formally presented them with their plaques this morning. Ms. Matilda Martin did at our breakfast program. But when people give money and they do it the right way, you recognize them over and over and over again, so they won't stop giving. So our platinum sponsors, Acadian companies, and Acadian Ambulance, Mr. Richard Zuzlog and his team who have been in this community for 50 years, continuing to provide that quality service. The LHC Group, Keith and Ginger Myers, who recently undertook a renovation and they relocated, they kept their corporate offices here in Lafayette. Walmart, where we all shop and we all know somebody that worked at Walmart. They're in our community, they're here. And then my home for 42 years, the Lafayette Parks and Recreation Department. The team that worked this weekend under the leadership of Sandy Bonnet for setup, the decorations, for the things that we did this morning at the breakfast, for the layout of this beautiful gymnasium. I thank them. I thank them and commit to them that as long as I have life, we will be here with them to make sure this celebration goes on and on and on.
Lafayette Consolidated Government, the Police Department, the Fire Department, which our chief is here with us this evening. Thank you, Chief, for being here, as well as the Fire Department, Chief Robert Benoit, who's a member of the committee, the Public Works Department, Utilities Department, LUS, Fiber, all of those who, they have key employees. While today was a day off for some, for a lot of our people, it was a day on, and they came out and did what they needed to do. So I extend my gratitude on behalf of our committee for their work. I also want special thanks to Acadia Open Channel for allowing those, because of the pandemic, who could not come out and social distance, to be with us live on this feed as well as the YouTube feed. I spoke of Sandy, and I want to tell you again, if you need something, you have a program, and you need some decoration, you need some setup, Sandy Bonnet is the person that you need to contact as one of our former managers in the department. Tonight's program will go on. I want you to know how we appreciate you coming out and supporting these activities. When we say 37 years and 36 programs, there are a lot of communities who have discontinued this celebration. We don't live in one that's going to let the dream die. Thank you, and God bless you.
Continuing with our program this evening, we will have the introduction of our guest speaker from Mr. Jerry Prejean, selections by our choir, and then words from our honorable guest speaker, Justice Burnett Johnson.
Good evening, folks. Good evening. Before I get into the introduction, Gerald, I've got to give him some recognition for carrying this committee for 37 years. And I really appreciate your attention to detail and to keep this dream alive and keep this committee going. So thank you so much, Gerald. It is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening's event, Chief Justice Burnett Johnson, who's retired and served as Louisiana Supreme Court 25th. She was the 25th Chief Justice. Also presided in the High Courts. She was the second female justice, as well as the first African American justice to serve in that capacity. Chief Johnson was born in Thompsonville and left Thompsonville to attend Spelman College in Atlanta. There she received her Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, and then came back to Louisiana to attend the Paul M. Hebert Law Center at LSU Law School. There she was one of the first African Americans to graduate from that particular program, and in 1969. In 1984, she was elected to serve as Civil District Court of New Orleans, and in 1994, her colleagues elected her Chief Judge in New Orleans. She then was elected to serve as the Louisiana Supreme Court in 1994, and was re-elected without opposition from 2000 to 2010. That says a lot. The community really saw a true servant in Chief Johnson. On the bench, Chief Johnson was emphasized principles in fairness and
Thôi thì tập xin tạm ngừng tại đây nha. Xin chào các bạn. Để Tập sẽ quay và sẽ dịch ra tiếng Việt cho các bạn coi. Xin chào, bye bye.